What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we have some stuff to talk about. Now, I know as soon as this news came out, everyone just kind of piled on this, and it's kind of funny, even The Truth, which is a Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle content creator, even retweeted this on Twitter. This is big news. And I think just in terms of the whole gacha game community, people that play all these other games, this is going to be shared around. This is a very unique circumstance that the Treasure Cruise team finds themselves in. I've never seen anything like this happen before, and I don't think many other people have. This is such an odd situation, and of course I want to preface this by saying that the game is not closing down. The game isn't going to die. They need to do some temporary fixes in order to allow people to play the game, but eventually in the future there's going to be a pretty big update to the game that will hopefully resolve this issue. But for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, we have been in an emergency maintenance since yesterday. It's been over 24 hours now since the maintenance has gone live. In the middle of the treasure map grind that people were on, all of a sudden the game got an error that had never been shown in the game before. At least that the error code was new to us, and we didn't really know what was going on. Now, skip ahead 24 hours, we finally have an official notice as to what the maintenance was actually going to be about. So it says, it's been under emergency maintenance since December 15 at 6:14 p.m. PST time. The following is the current situation of the maintenance underway due to the continued patronage of many users over the years of the game in service. The amount of data records of each user has exceeded the limit of the original game's design, which necessitate for a fundamental fix with how the data is handled. So this is the big issue here. So it almost seems like the original developers of the game, because I assume that the original developers of the game are not still currently working on the game. But the way the game was originally coded, it was only meant to have a certain amount of data in the game total. Now, I don't know if this is in the actual game itself or their servers or anything like that. But what it particularly means is that there's literally not enough storage to facilitate all the data that people are getting access to on their accounts, which is why we saw in this error what was happening is we couldn't play the game against treasure map bosses. People, whenever they used their tickets, they wouldn't receive their characters. When you used your rumble scrolls on characters to level up their abilities, it was not upgrading. So essentially anything you did in the game would not work, or you would not receive the item that you were supposed to receive. Or nothing would work. Nothing would work in the game at all due to the overflow of data. There literally wasn't any storage to keep all this information, which is exactly what has happened here. As a response to the error, we will be transferring the exceeded data to a temporary space to allow users to resume their gameplay. The emergency maintenance, which also includes this data transfer, may take a couple of days. After the temporary remedy of the data transfer is made, we will be conducting a major fix at a later date to prevent any further instances of similar error to occur. So the important thing here, it says the emergency maintenance, which also includes this data transfer, may take a couple of days. So we're already in 24 hours of maintenance, and they say they may take a couple of days in order for this to happen. Now, I don't know if it's taken them, 24 hours to identify the issue here. If that is the case, then yeah, it's probably going to take, 48, 72 hours, however long, in order for this to actually be fixed, temporarily fixed. But if they have identified this very quickly and tried to fix it, and then they're like, we can't fix this ASAP, we need to go ahead and have a few more days off, then yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see how long this maintenance period is gonna go. But obviously this has big repercussions as we're in the middle of treasure map. So the question at this point is going to be, what's going to happen with treasure map? Because people were grinding. Are they just going to scrap the treasure map altogether and give everyone the rewards? I would think that's probably the most reasonable thing to do, with allowing people to get all the rewards because they did kind of fuck up, and also, maybe just scrap the ranking altogether. No ranking rewards distributed. I assume they're going to give us some type of compensation for this massive error. I'm expecting no less than 100 gems. I feel like if we get less than 100 gems, this is kind of a big shaft on our end, honestly. But also, this has repercussions as to what could be coming in the near future, right? We do know that there was supposed to be a maintenance period introducing version 12.3 literally like 2 days from now, or 2 or 3 days from now. So are they just going to fast track that particular update? Are they going to still bring out the game, people can play for like a day, and then they're going to have another maintenance for 12.3? I think it would be a very wise decision to resolve this issue and then just do the update right now. It doesn't make sense for them to have the game up for 1 to 2 days and then have another update maintenance period. It would be kind of silly either way. But also, we do have Kizuna coming up relatively soon as well. I mean, today, as of me recording this video, today is the day when Boa Hancock was supposed to be released in the game with the Kizuna Sugo Fest, and that's also not going to be here either. So again, that also could have repercussions as to when Kizuna is going to be happening. And it is just kind of weird that all of this is happening right before the New Year celebration. So I suppose if anything bad like this is going to happen, I'm glad it's happening now rather than, you know, during the New Year celebration when you want everyone to be playing the game. But the fact that this is happening just in general is just so bizarre and wild to me, dude. Like, as I said, no one's really had this experience before, at least in Treasure Cruise, obviously. But I've never seen this happen in any game ever. This is just so bizarre, man. And of course, you know, if you got any thoughts and opinions, leave them down below in the comment section. I know a lot of people are going to be kind of upset about it, and it is kind of annoying because, you know, in Treasure Map, people, you know, set time aside to play Treasure Map. You know, like yesterday, I had basically nothing to do yesterday. I would have loved to have played. I was planning on streaming some Treasure Map yesterday, but of course the game was on maintenance, so that never ever happened. But I know that you know, people don't get a lot of time to play the game, but I would assume that due to errors on their behalf, that we're going to be receiving pretty decent compensation, probably going to be distributing all the rewards to all players so that no one misses out on anything. If they don't do that, that would be the most bizarre thing ever, as people will just miss out on this character that they will probably need for future content. So that would be a pretty bad decision on their end. But we just don't have a lot of information right now. But I know that a lot of people are making some pretty funny memes about the whole situation. First-hand footage of Bandai's servers, like, people are just going so hard against Bandai right now, and I mean, rightfully so, to be honest. Like, this is pretty bad stuff. And, you know, we had this huge error where Treasure Map got delayed or cancelled, and it happened last Treasure Map as well, you know. So for the fact that it happened 2 Treasure Maps in a row, but it is for 2 different error instances, it's not a good look. And it's just kind of funny as well, because even The Truth, as I said, the fact that he retweeted the tweet is just kind of funny. But it is also interesting to see that, you know, the fact that the game in general exceeded the amount of data records that was intended for the game's design. Like, that is kind of crazy in and of itself. But the fact that Treasure Cruise has had this issue, but the other big gacha games have never had this issue, means that the people that coded this game initially didn't know what they were doing, or it just means that Treasure Cruise has a lot of good players, which is also a good thing. But obviously that's not the case, honestly. Like, there's just this is a very, very bizarre situation. I really don't know what else to say. This is just a really, really odd situation. But obviously, I do want to say the game is not going to die. The game is not going to be cancelled. They are going to resolve this issue, and we just have to wait and see how that kind of progresses. Of course, if we do get any updates regarding how this game is going to be amended and how it's going to be fixed and what type of compensation we should be expecting, I will be making further videos on the situation at hand. But this is, yeah, a really, really weird situation to be in. But that is going to wrap it up from me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Definitely let me know your thoughts and opinions and reactions down below in the comment section. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. And that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.